to our correspondent DEVINA GUPTA. And DEVINA, so the deals are done. Now they're actually meeting with Narendra Modi. What is likely to be on the agenda aside from those military contracts?
Well, two things. First is India's import of oil from Iran. India imports 23% of its oil needs from Iran, and the US will be imposing sanctions on the country. The US State Secretary Mike Pompeo has said that there could be waivers given to certain countries, indicating at India that they will have some more time beyond November to cut down their import to zero. The second front is Russia, because India has inked an agreement to buy anti-aircraft missile system from Russia, and the US was not really happy with that. But India has been able to diplomatically maneuver out of that sticky hole with Mike Pompeo saying that we do not want to punish India for that. Now, the reason for this is very simple. US is looking at India as an emerging power in the continent and to counter China's aggression in the region. Now, remember, India and China are both seen as superpower in the region, but it's the trade tension between the US and China which has got this bonhomie between the two nations going.
I'll come back to that point in a moment, but you talked about diplomacy. We've seen questions fired both at Mattis and Pompeo about the Woodward book, but also diplomatically they're having to pivot around those comments reported from Donald Trump a few months back of him mocking the Indian Prime Minister's accent. There's a little work to be done in terms of diplomatic footwork.
Absolutely, and that's what's going to be tested with this meeting with the Prime Minister of India, because it was in November when this report came out of the US President mocking the head of the state here, and that wasn't taken very kindly. And no wonder then these talks have been postponed twice. And this is the third time that the talks between the US State Secretary and the Defense Secretary is happening with their counterpart. Now, as you mentioned, the Woodward book as well, I had a chance to speak with the US State Secretary Mike Pompeo and question him about his comments on this, but he did not want to answer that. However, the Defense Secretary of the US has mentioned in his comments just when he was on his way to India that he, of course, does not believe the truth in the book.
All right, DEVINA GUPTA, we will leave it there. Thanks very much for now. Thank you. Now, thousands of